Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick.
I'm Ian.
And today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than we have in the past. Today we're going to be talking about some albums that we've recently been listening to. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below. Actually, if you're on a computer, it's actually to the side, which I didn't realize until just recently. But make sure you click on the link, go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. It's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. There's also a couple of other links. There's one for the Vinyl Den merch page. Got these Vinyl Den t-shirts on there. Well, actually, it's a sweatshirt. There's also t-shirts on there. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlist, where every week we're just compiling music we're talking about on the channel, putting it together on a nice playlist for everyone to enjoy. And there's also a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page. If you want to support the show, it's always greatly appreciated. You can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release new episodes. So I think definitely the big one lately for me has been Wasting Light by the Foo Fighters. Of course, with the passing of Taylor Hawkins, it's a huge loss. You know, I've been a big Taylor Hawkins fan really ever since he was doing work with Alanis Morissette back in the mid '90s. I've been a big fan of his work for a really long time. So of course, you know, his passing was definitely huge for me. So I've been playing a lot of Foo Fighters lately, and Wasting Light is by far my favorite Foo Fighters album. If you are just a casual fan of the band, make sure you go back and check this album out, because it is great from beginning to end. I just want to send my condolences out to Taylor Hawkins' family and all the rest of the fans out there. He's definitely going to be greatly missed.
Absolutely. So for me, one of the ones that I've been listening to a lot lately, and this came out last year. It's Butter Miracle Sweet 1 by Counting Crows. It's really just an EP. There's 4 songs, which is actually makes up one whole song. A suite, yeah, if you will. The vinyl comes with the bonus August and Everything After, which was recorded in 2018, but written back in 1992.
Yeah.
So if you don't, you pick up the vinyl if you can, because it's the only version that comes with that, I think.
Yeah, because it's not available on any streaming services.
Yeah, no, it's not. Well, it is on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Only.
Who listens to Amazon Music?
That's my point. So, what really? Because this, like I said, this came out last year, and I played it for a lot last year, but I kind of took a break from it. But Adam Duritz was on. I don't know if it was a podcast or something. He said that he's finished writing Suite 2.
Okay.
And they're just getting ready to record it sometime in the middle of this year. So I was like, I need to bring that out and listen to that again. So I've been listening to this quite a bit lately.
Cool. So a couple of weeks back, someone in the Vinyl Den Facebook community just bought the Queen discography box set, which is right above Ian's head. So I've been in a big Queen kick lately. Of course, I'm a huge Queen fan. They're probably one of my top 5 bands. So I've been listening to a lot of jazz lately, because jazz is my favorite Queen album. Make sure I'm holding it up the correct way. But this is and if you don't know, the box set all has colored vinyl, if you're a colored vinyl fan. So, this is an album that I think kind of gets lost in the Queen discography.
For sure.
But, it's got a bunch of great tracks on there from beginning to end. And it, it's probably not only an album I've been listening to a lot lately, but one I probably been listening to a lot over really the last couple of years.
Yeah. So for my next one, it's Ben Folds 5. I'm going to try and get a non-glare version of this. I should have taken it out of the sleeve. Yeah. The unauthorized biography of Reinhold Messner.
That's a long title.
Yeah, this was their third album as a band, as the Ben Folds 5 band. And I think this one kind of gets lost, although I think this is one of their best efforts as the band unit, which is saying a lot because I love all their albums. But this one, just stands out. And this is the one, if I'm going to listen to Ben Folds 5, I always kind of start here. This is where I always go to. And right now I only have this one.
I'm going to steal this from you.
Okay. I only have that one and their first album on vinyl. So obviously, if that's the one I go to, I've been listening to that quite a bit. I've listened to about 5 times this week alone.
I don't think I've ever actually listened to this album, so it's one I definitely got to check out.
Like I said, out of the Ben Folds 5 catalog, it's probably my favorite. So
So the next one I actually don't have on vinyl, but I do have it on CD. It just came out a couple of weeks ago, and it is Mainstream Sellout by Machine Gun Kelly. Actually, I did a Friday video just a couple of days ago, did an album review on this, so make sure you go back and check that one out. This is, if you're a pop punk fan, I think it's a great one to check out, even though this is, if you're a fan of Tickets to My Downfall, this is a much darker kind of album. There's definitely an evolution to his music, I think, but there is some discussion about suicide and some other things on this album that probably is the most pleasant.
It sounds like it's more personal, more.
Yeah, but there's a lot more discussion about relationships and things like that, and on this album that generally with a lot of pop punk music or punk rock music, there's a kind of a fun atmosphere to the music. There's not really on this album, but this is a good album, for the style of music. I think it's probably not as good as Tickets to My Downfall, but
still a good effort.
It's still a really good effort.
So for my next one, this will come as no surprise to anybody, I don't think. But it's the new Jethro Tall album, The Zealot Gene. This came out in January, the end of January, and I've obviously listened to it about 300 times. Minor exaggeration, but very minor. And I have the deluxe book version, so it comes with the double disc vinyl plus a third disc with the demo versions, and then the CD versions and Blu-ray audio and all that fun stuff in the big book. But
the stuff you'll probably never listen to.
Right, and to be fair, I have not listened to the demo stuff yet. I've only been listening to the actual studio version of the album.
Is the demo stuff's not available on streaming though? Is it? Isn't it?
No, it's not. I have not found it on any of the streaming services yet. So, as a huge Tall fan, and a huge Ian Anderson fan, this may be the first Tall album in the last 20 years, but Ian Anderson's released albums in between, and I don't separate the two so much, but as an effort, I think this is probably his best work, their best work, but mainly him, since 2000 Secret Language of Birds. And that's saying a lot because there's some good music in between. But yeah, Zealot Gene by Jethro Tall.
So the last one on my list is an album that, if you've seen the new Batman movie, you've listened to at least one song off of it. So my youngest son, Sean, my wife took him to go see the movie, and he's been a big fan of the movie since then. So he's been playing a lot of songs off of this. So of course I've been playing it also. That is, of course, Nevermind by Nirvana. It's an album that I listened to a lot over the course of the last 30 years also.
I think it's a pretty common go-to for a lot of us who grew up in that era. So,
but I can't really say anything that I haven't said before about this album. Right. It's just a great album.
Yeah. And if you haven't, it's possible you haven't listened to it. You should. It's a great album.
Actually, it's probably even not. It's not even my favorite Nirvana album. No, I probably lean towards In Utero.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite. But from beginning to end, this is a great album, and I think it's probably one of the top 5 albums of the 90s.
Yeah, I could say that. I could go with that. So for my last one, I've been listening a lot to Yusuf Cat Stevens, or Cat Stevens to those of you who don't know about his name change.
Yeah.
This is his
from 40 years ago.
44 years ago. Yeah. This album came out in 2014. It's kind of different for him. It's not, because he's always been kind of a folksy singer-songwriter kind of guy, but this album kind of approaches it from a more like Southern American blues era, which, as you know, if you know me, I like that kind of music a lot, and I love Cat Stevens anyway. So yeah, if you want, check this album out. It's a little different for him, but it's fantastic. I would say I would put this up against a lot of his early 70s stuff, as far as just in terms of quality.
I haven't listened to
this
different.
One. It's different, but I would put it up in terms of quality with, say Buddha in the Chocolate Box, for sure.
I will say one thing that I just found out is my wife does not like Cat Stevens. She does not like his voice.
Yeah. I think I get it, but I don't, obviously, because I like his voice.
Yeah.
But I think I understand why she doesn't like his voice. But we're not going to get into that.
Yeah. Well, that's all we got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop us a comment down below. Let us know what some of your favorite albums that you've been listening to lately are. You know, it's I really could have gone with a number of different albums, but you know, this is just the first ones that kind of came to my head. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and that's all we got. Until next time,
Talk to y'all later.
keep on spinning. Peace.